Welcome back to Rappin' Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy T the Monster coming to you live and direct, of course, with another episode. And if you're new, as always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, today's video. Now, my question to you is, now that Rusev has returned, who are they going to feud him with now that he's back? So, today's video is about 5 opponents who I think that they should feud Rusev with, of course. So, let's get right into it. And this, of course, is just my opinion of what I think WWE should do. So, the first person that I think they should put in a feud with Rusev, and of course, this won't be in any kind of order, but the first person that I have on my mind to feud him with, of course, is Braun Strowman. Now, the kind of match that these two can put on, I think is perfect for the I won't say it's a warm-up match, but a welcome back match for Rusev now that he's back to the main roster. It would be like a nice little, touch-up match just to kind of like what am I trying to say? Reintroduce him to the fans, some of them who are new, who may not have seen him when he was back in WWE about 10 years ago. And then, of course, for those who have been watching as long as they've been watching, it's a reintroduction to see what he's been doing. It will be a nice little feud to see, between him and Braun. Maybe they have a very physical match. We saw what Braun just did with Jacob Fatu, which we'll talk about later. And I think that'll be a nice little warm-up match for Rusev to have. Let them kind of feud into going into SummerSlam, give them like a quick little month and a half, 2-month program, and then set them up for SummerSlam. The second person that I think that'll be a great match with Rusev, of course, is going to be Drew McIntyre. I think that Rusev and Drew McIntyre can do great. I think that after coming out of a feud with Braun Strowman, if they were to book him with Drew McIntyre, someone, of course, who's more professional, who's a little bit higher up the card, and it'll build Rusev, of course, to kind of like legitimize him as another one of those top guys that they can have at the top of the card, just to have, have someone that's reliable to put other people up against. So, Drew McIntyre, of course, I think they'll put on a great match, a good hard-hitting physical match as well. And it'll be interesting just to kind of see, if they did have a match together, what kind of stipulations would they have in their matches? Would it be a last man standing match, which we've seen? Would it be an I Quit match? A Scottish streets fight, whatever the case may be. After that, of course, another opponent that I have for Rusev is none other than Bron Breakker. Now, Bron Breakker, as I said before, he's set for a breakout year, and it'll be interesting to see going forward now that he's teamed up with Seth, who's going to be the opponents that they have lined up to go up against him, of course, as they're starting to push him to the top of the card. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Rusev. It sounds like they're going to start him at the mid-card and then kind of push him up. At least that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. But who better else for Rusev to go up against than Bron Breakker? So Bron Breakker gets that experience for someone who's a little bit older, who's been there. And then, of course, like I said, I think that they can put on a good match, and it shines up Rusev, win, lose, or draw, just to kind of legitimize him as one of those top talent as well. So he's not just stuck in that mid-card fighting for a mid-card championship. I think this time around with Rusev coming back, as we've seen before with RUSEV Day and how popular he can get, he should be toward that upper card. After Bron Breakker, another person that I think that'll put on a great match with Rusev, would be a great feud with Rusev, and they can even put the belt on the line, and I've mentioned this person earlier, Jacob Fatu. Now, I think this is potential for, if they were to stand off with each other in the ring, I think that excuse me one second, turn this TV off here. I think if Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker were to stand off in the ring, we would get one of those holy shit moments where the crowd's chanting holy shit or this is awesome, because as physical as both of those talents are and as great as both of them are in the ring, them both coming from different hold on one second here. Them coming from different promotions and things, it'll be dope to see what it is that they can do in the match. Of course, with Jacob, of course, being the United States champion, do they put the belt on the line? Rusev, a former United States champion himself, and it'll be nice to see how physical that match would be, with Fatu been kicking everyone's ass all year, and Rusev coming back, and after coming off of 2 feuds with people like Drew McIntyre and people like Braun Strowman and Bron Breakker, it'll be dope to see him be in that same mix with those guys who are up and coming from the mid card on up. Now, that said, my last opponent that I think that'll be like worthy and put on a great solid match and put on a great story with Rusev is none other than a person who just got suspended, and that's Gunther. Now, I think what WWE should do, and again, I don't work there, I'm just a fan who has passion about what it is that I watch, and I just say, hey, you know, like maybe this will work. But I think with Gunther now being suspended and him being away from WWE right now, they should kind of set up something where Gunther returns and maybe he attacks Rusev. If he returns and attacks Rusev, I think that we have a feud of the summer, especially with Gunther coming off of WrestleMania against Jey Uso. He's gonna need someone that he can kind of like dance with, per se, in that same realm as him. And I think that, I think Rusev can get there if they build him up correctly, and like if they book him correctly and put the proper storylines behind him. Rusev can be on the same level as like a Gunther or like a Bron Breakker, Jacob Fatu type person, where he's reliable, he's a great worker, he can do his shit in the ring, and his matches aren't boring. So that's what I got. Those are the top 5 people as of now that I think that will be great feuds for Rusev going into the summer, and then kind of wrapping up the rest of the year as well. What do you think? Who do you think that Rusev should go up against? Did I miss somebody, or is there a better feud that you think you can book better than I can? Not on some ego shit, but like if there's a feud that you think that Rusev can, you know, go up against with somebody that's currently active in the roster, be sure to let me know right there in the comments, of course, and you know, we can talk about it. But of course, thank you for getting this far in the video, and if you haven't, of course, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will return to you later on Monday Night Raw with my recap on that. So until then, I'll see you. Peace.